Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another interesting video, this time working in a 2012 Audi A4 2.0 liters. This is actually from a shop in Pennsylvania, Bavarian Motors. Alex, this is your computer. So as I normally do, I have everything ready connected, not powered on yet because I want to run the test with you, but I already connected the computer, so we will revisit the test because I want to share it with the information with you and with the customer as well. All right, so that's the computer. I got the scanner ready to be connected. Let me take you over to the folder where I have, well, the folder that I have created for the customer. And let's read the note first. All right, so this is the computer. It's a MED17.1. That is perfectly for the vehicle. It says vehicle has been through 3 intake manifolds, 5-volt reference to intake runner valve, position sensor, and the boost pressure sensor not working properly. All right, so very straightforward, the concern. So I have connected to the scanner. Again, what you can see the computer, I have created a connector myself, and I have everything for all these Audis and VWs. They fit pretty much the same connector as long as it's a 94 connector. They use the same connections. All right, so the VIN number, let me go back to the picture. I can actually open 2 of them so we can see the note. And I'm going to put this one next to it. And we can see at least the last digits because it's CN014527. And you can see the scanner in there also reading the same information. So I'm like, okay, well, then it's good communication, but of course they have not any concern with that. So I'm like, okay, let me do a few tests first. I am connected to one of the 5-volt reference onto the connector with 94 pins because this computer has 2 connectors, one with 60 pins and the other one with 94 pins. I did connect that one first, and then I'm going to show you where I am connected. So the sensor ground is on pin 83, if I remember properly, and the 5-volt reference 2, the one I just showed you with that value, is in pin 82. So it's reading 4.9977, which is perfect 5 volts. Again, that is the pin. So I went and moved using the same sensor ground over to the other 5-volt reference 1 on pin 81. And then the reading on the multimeter, this is a very accurate multimeter. It's a 5.5 digit, and that's what we have, the 4.9989. So again, very good 5-volt reference. All right, so this is the note. The next thing that I did is the concerns, their concerns, and I'm going to show you where I am and why am I connected now into the connector with 60 pins. I am in there in pin 13. And in pin 27, pin 13 is the sensor ground on that connector, and the pin 27 is the 5-volt reference for the intake runner and the boost pressure sensor. All right, so that is my connections in there, and now I show that I have those wires connected to the multimeter, now no longer on here. I'm now with the yellow and green that I made for these connections. And then it's reading 5.0011. Perfect 5 volts. To spill the beans, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this computer, at least yet. We will visit everything properly. I have the original wire diagram pulled up in here. Let me make sure I am in the correct page because I think I went over to another page. So let me go quickly to find the sensors, which should be G31. I have my notes in here. G31 is the boost pressure sensor, and G336 is the intake runner position sensor. So let's look for G31. Just going to scroll down. I got these wire diagrams from Identifix. They have access to all the original diagrams for this vehicle, which is great. Okay, we got G31. I'm going to get one of the boxes in here so to use it as a mouse so you can see what where I am. I'm going to make this a little bigger so you guys can see better from there. All right, so G31 is the boost pressure sensor. How I know that? If I go up to here, up in the temp, it tells me all the components that are on this wire diagram. I'm going to remove the circle so you guys can see the whole diagram for this explanation. So G31 is a sharp air pressure sensor. That's a boost pressure sensor. Right, so if I scroll down, this has different wires in here. So we got in pin 1, brown and green, and pin 3, it looks like 2 wires, gray with the green, gray with yellow, and green with yellow. And then in pin 4, we have a yellow wire that goes over to the computer on pin T60, or connector T60 and pin 23. And then T60 pin 27. So those 2 wires connecting there. So how I know which one is the sensor ground and which one is the sensor power? Again, on here we got marking. So this line in the bottom, it says a circle 327. If we read that, it says 327 is sensor ground connection. And it's a little hard to read in there, but it says D174 in here, and D174 is connection to 5-volt reference in engine pre-wiring. So this is a 5-volt reference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the next page, because if we see, we have a line in here that is going to the next page. That is, these arrows means that it continues. So we have sensor G31 connected to this 5-volt reference and to this 327 ground, right? So all these are sharing these grounds, and all whatever is connected to the 174 will be sharing the same 5-volt reference. All right, so I'm going to go to the next page. All right, so we got D174 again in here, right? So D174 connection to 5-volt reference and engine pre-wire. So this is the same. And indeed in here we got G336. So G336, the intake runner position sensor. Again, how I know that? I go to G336, it says intake manifold runner position sensor. So that is correct. So they are correct till this point, but we have a splice in here, right? So these 2 points are going to something else. So if we follow these tracks, if you're not that familiar with these wiring diagrams, the way you need to follow this is you now have point 171 and 172. To find those, we need to go over to the tracks with those numbers, the same numbers that we have in the bottom. But to find out those, now when we go to the page with has 171 and 172, let's go in order, so we need to go back. We need to go over to connections. In there is going to show us 197, or coming from 197 and 198. So 198 is going to 172 and 197 is going to 171. All right, so let's go and find those. So we need to go to the 171, 172. So I'm going to, let me make this a little smaller to find the numbers. 171 and 172. Okay, now we have it here. So 197 and 198, those are the numbers that we are also in there. So if we see here is G28. This is another sensor that is connected to that same 5-volt reference. So which is, what is this G28? G28 is the crank sensor signal. And it says engine speed sensor, that is the crank sensor signal. So let's go back to that same page we were before, because I want to run this with you guys. So let's go back again to 198, 197. If we follow this, let me erase this one because I already have one here. So D174, this is still going to another sensor right here. G410. G410 is the low pressure sensor. So it's 4 sensors connected to this same 5-volt reference. So we have the boost pressure sensor, the intake runner position sensor, the low fuel pressure sensor, and the crankshaft position sensor. If any of those sensors is shorted, it will take down the 5-volt reference. Why? Because it's shorted. If you have a short in the wiring in any of those close to those sensors or in any of those splices, of course it's going to take down the 5-volt reference. So I'm not saying that they have done wrong, because I'm not there. I have a partial of what they said, but if they have replaced the intake runners and now I can read 5-volt reference in here, it's telling me that we have a problem on the wiring or on one of those sensors. I'm trying to help the customers or any that is watching these videos to help understand and diagnose these systems. And this is where the original information, I mean, I love Audi and Volkswagen's information because it tells you all the data that you really want to have. And when I have access, I have the laptop with all this, and when you have access to the original Otis and Elsa Win information, there is actually hyperlinks. Like this 172 will be blue, and I can click on that, and it will take me directly to that page. I don't have to be scrolling pages and pages, and that's what I love that, because it's very easy to navigate. Better than BMW and Audi, which I have also worked a lot, and they have, you know, very good information as well. But I really like this tracks system information wise. So again, we have, or they have missed maybe this order 2 sensors or the splices in there, and it might be the case, but it's a little too soon still to call the computer good because I only connected once. All right, so let's do the test now. I'm going to put the scanner on the screen in the multimeter that I have connected now to the pin 13 and pin 27 that I show you on the wire diagrams. Again, pin 13 is the sensor ground that is specifically for those 2 sensors. That order 327, there was a sensor ground. I might have forgot to show you that, but let me just put that back in the screen 1 second, guys, because I want to make sure that you get all the information properly. All right, so now we're here. So if we see the 327, this is the sensor ground. Again, remember, it says in here, sensor ground connection. If I follow this and follow this wire, this is coming directly to the computer, right? So in here, we got sensors, a G42. What is the G42? The intake air temperature sensor. So what is the other side of this sensor? Is the signal. So we know that this is a ground, and this is directly connected to the computer because the computer is the one that's providing that sensor ground. No, that's not a ground from the block. No, it's coming from the computer. So I'm doing my test directly connected to pin 13 and pin 27 in the connector T60, which is all that means is a connector with 60 pins. All right, let's go back to here. Let me put the scanner in the meter. Sorry, and then just open another one in the meter. And let me power up the computer. The scanner BCI has just power up, or it's not completely full power up, and you're going to see in the image on the bottom when I'm going to move the meter. I'm going to make it a little bigger. Now where it says DC voltage, right on top of that, the BCMI is with an X red because it has not connected yet. So let's just wait a couple of seconds because it's already powered up, but it needs to boot up and then connect to the scanner. Bluetooth wise, it's not a direct wire, and that is connected to the DLC on my breakout box that I made for this. And then boom, we have the V number. I don't really need to do any tests further. I don't need to go inside and connect. As long as I have communication, I know that this computer is talking, and they don't have any complaint about no communication. The complaint is specifically on the fiber reference. So this fiber reference is active and is working perfectly. I can show you also right here that I have these wires connected. This is the meter that I have connected, and these wires are coming directly to this connector. So I can unplug this in here, and you're going to see how the meter went down to nothing. I'm going to connect now to the fiber reference 1 and 2 on connector T94, which I have ready here. The ground is 1 ground, and then I'm going to move it over to the fiber reference 2. We got 4.9981. So that fiber reference is perfect. And then the other fiber reference 1, is 4.9992. Perfect. That's a perfect fiber reference. We go back to the one in connector 60 pin. I'm just moving these wires in here so you can see that that is coming from there. And these 2 wires are just, you know, a little long, but those are those wires. Green I use always for ground or black. And then any other color could be a signal or power. In this case, it's a sensor voltage. And we have the 5 volts. So yes, this is, as is telling me that this computer has absolutely no issues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the computer power power up and everything connected as is. I'm going to give it 20 minutes power up and see if by any chance this goes away. I am recording, so I can, you will be paused, but I'm in the background recording all the time, so I can revisit in case, and I will set an alarm in case the 5-volt reference, which I can do that with my multimeter here. If the voltage goes below the threshold, which in this case I'm going to put no less than 4.9 volts, goes lower than that, it will set an alarm, and I will have those already preset into my voltmeter, which you can only see just a partial of what that software, but that software is really, really great. That's what I use it. Yeah, you cannot really see all that stuff, but I can set flags, and I can set, you know, it's a lot more than what you can see in there. All right, guys, but let me pause it and I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, it's been probably more than 20 minutes, and this computer has not lost a 5-volt reference at all. So it's like I said, and the only time this will happen is if a sensor is shorted. So this is definitely telling me that the problem is still in the vehicle or in the harness, you know, harness or one of the sensors shorted, but definitely not in the computer. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. I hope that at least I'm trying to share some of my knowledge in how to determine if you have an issue like this, and also to make this easier for the customer. This is the difference when you send something for repairs in here and not just go open the computer and fix and charge. No, I reproduce the concern, make sure it's happening, and otherwise I do what I just did on this video. Try to walk you through the problem or the test you can do when possible, right? And try to help you as much as I can. All right, guys, I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. That helps my small channel a lot in my business. Thank you so much. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.